Hello and welcome to ZTN Sports Daily on a Monday. This is where you get the latest stories from the world of sport, and we have plenty coming your way. Now, Zimbabwe domestic cricket set for this week. All eyes on new franchise, the Rocks. After the flying start in Mozambique, Mapeza explains why he accepted the FC Platinum job. We scoured the net for some weird and wacky sports stories. Well, a tale of two strikers, AUBAMEYANG worries ARTETA and CAVANI gives Ole Gunnar Solskjaer a positive headache. My name is Lance Chiande and you are watching Sports Daily here on ZTN. Now first up, we talk football. Now, this is the first time Tottenham have finished a day atop of the league after 10 or more games since January 1985. But still, Mourinho insists they are not in the title race after their draw with Chelsea earned them an important point. They are at the top above Liverpool on goal difference. We are not even in the title race, so we are not a horse. We are a pony, Mourinho was quoted as saying. Now, Wolves striker Raul Jimenez, who suffered a fractured skull during yesterday's game against Arsenal, is out of danger. Wolves have confirmed the striker is comfortable following an operation. Jimenez collided with Luiz, which saw him being taken off with oxygen, while David Luiz continued with a bandage on his head. Now, Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta is worried about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's lack of goals. This comes after the Gunners suffered a 2-1 defeat at home to Wolves yesterday, their fifth loss of the season in 10 matches. Aubameyang hasn't scored in open play since the opening day of the season against Fulham. Now, after inspiring Manchester United to a 3-2 comeback over Southampton yesterday, there is now no doubt about Edson Cavani's quality. The biggest question is, should Manchester United continue to use him sparingly? Manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was forced to admit that the time may be over as the veteran striker is forcing himself into the team. Now we head over to some cricket, where the domestic cricket season is expected to start this Thursday. It's going to be in a bubble. That's not only the talking point. The season marks the return of a fifth franchise, the Rocks. We get a report on that.
For 6 years, they've been in the doldrums, but they're back. Franchise cricket is back in machinery. Back with some foreign flavor, familiar and fresh faces. Formerly Southern Rocks, now they are simply Rocks. Are they ready to take on Eagles, Tuskers, Midwest and the Mountaineers? How solid is this Rocks team? Well, they are in the hands of their son, a champion coach who made history with the Mountaineers. Shepard Makunura, the man who won 3 consecutive Logan Cup trophies with Mountaineers.
And it's not always easy leaving an institution that you've been a part of and that you've actually enjoyed some success with. But such is life. I think at times you need to move on and try and go into a different environment, try and take up new challenges. So yeah, it's a challenge that I'm really looking forward to.
When the Rocks were disbanded, Richmond Mutumbami moved to Tuskers. He later switched to Eagles, and last season he was with the Mountaineers. But home is where his heart has always been. He's back and is now the captain.
Obviously, it's always a good feeling to be back at home, playing for the people of Masvingo. It's something that, as a youngster when I was growing up, it was something that I always dreamt of, representing my province and making the most out of it, especially coming from a province like Masvingo, a province where a lot of people don't get recognition from.
Also in the team's books is a Karen, Ben Karen, brother to England all-rounders Sam and Tom. The left-handed opener is chuffed to be part of Rocks' revival.
Now there's a good group of young core players, so hopefully when the coming weeks when we start the games we can show our talent out on the field, and I look forward to an enjoyable season with the Rocks.
Karen also reunites Blessing Muzarabani, who was his teammate at Northamptonshire.
You know, I'm sure I will push him and he'll push me. You know, just to be better every day. Just to be better players, trying to do big things in international cricket.
There's also some Dutch touch at the Rocks. Zimbabwean-born Dutch bowler Shane Snatter is also in the team's roster.
Obviously it feels good. It's always nice to come home. Yeah, I don't come home too often, but to come home and be able to play cricket should be good. Obviously to be a part of Southern Rocks, which hasn't been here for a while, yeah, should be good and it would be nice to contribute.
So on paper, this looks a strong squad. Ed Sikandaraza, Tendai Chisoro, the Kaiya brothers Roy and Innocent, William Mashinge, Tafadzwa Tsiga, Dylan Hondo, Patrick Mambo amongst their stars. But time will tell if they are solid as a rock. Reporting for ZTN, I'm Jawi, Brighton.
Now 16-year-old Zimbabwean champion Joe RUWOKO, who has his eyes set on the ICU BMX World Championship in the Netherlands, he gave us his experience at the Interprovincial and National BMX Championships held over the weekend.
BMX bike, it has carbon fiber forks, Tioga power blocks, tires. Yeah, it's very light. It's a special bike for BMX. And I've experienced something in the track when you're riding. While the track is dry, it's much easier than when you ride when it's wet. Yeah, when it's wet, it's very hard. It's heavy. But then if you ride the track when it's wet and then you ride it again when it's dry, it will be a huge advantage.
Now over to Formula One, where Roman Grosjean is being treated in hospital for burns after a terrifying fiery accident at the Bahrain Grand Prix. The Frenchman has pierced the barrier, split in two and burst into flames on the first lap of the race. Now when we come back, we give you the weird and wacky sports stories from the internet.
To everyone back home, Patrick and I would just like to say keep strong, stay safe. I know it's been a really tough time during lockdown. Some of your parents probably have, gone out of work. You guys haven't been going to school. It's probably been really tough on you mentally and physically. Patrick and I have some suggestions on how we've been getting through. So obviously with our rowing, we've been exercising a lot, and that gives us, confidence in ourselves when we've done something during the day. You're not really allowed to go outside and interact with people. We've also been FaceTiming our friends, which is,
just keeping social basically.
Yeah, it's been keeping us sane in that sense. So yeah, stay fit. Try and message your friends, FaceTime them.
Yeah.
Also try new things. Like Patrick and I have been learning how to cook, which has been a new experience for us.
Yeah, not the best at first.
So yeah, just overall, just stay safe, keep well. Yeah.
Now you are watching Sports Daily here on ZTN. Now you should note that Arsenal is going through a hard time, and it is also reflecting on the fans.
Arsenal got disappointed, but Arsenal, what went wrong? Arsenal, what went wrong really? What haven't we done? Arsenal, enough is enough. Enough is what? Enough is enough.
Well, a difficult time for the Gunners indeed. Now here's why you shouldn't attempt to jump streams. Well, that was a quick one, and I hope that didn't hurt that much. When someone is disabled, it does not mean that they cannot race, and this is how other engineers can make it happen. Well, engineering galore at its best. Now, the best thing about the following clip is that no one got hurt.
Wong kongkon menang kok, jok munggah.
Well, there were lorry drag racing in a very muddy area, which turned out not to be a very good idea. Remember, you can follow us on our social media handles, which is @ZTN News and @ZTN Sport. Our Facebook page is Papers TV Network. On YouTube, we are ZTN, and our website is www.ztn.co.zw. A 2-1 win over Costa del Sol was a great start for Norman Mapeza as he began his second sting at FC Platinum. Now the coach has explained why he decided to take up the challenge.
These guys approached me. I wasn't doing anything at home, and I just said, look, if you really want me to come back, then there's no problem, we can talk. But I told them if they can't find someone would they think they can help them, they can come back, they can come to me and we talk. That was it, because I wasn't doing anything.
So why did Norman Mapeza opt out of an ABSA Premiership team and accepted the Zimbabwean champions offer?
Look, I was going to FC Platinum because there was players there, who some of them I knew. But when I went to TTM, there wasn't any players which I knew. That's the only difference. I went there because I thought maybe they had a team. They had players who could play football. Not saying that those players who are there can't play football, but there was no team at that particular time, which was like on paper. Nothing was just being, everything was hearsay.
Now, after that 2-1 win away in Mozambique, FC Platinum are favourites to progress to the first round of the CAF Champions League, if they can wrap it up in the reverse fixture. Well, that's all we had for today. Sports Daily is back again tomorrow to give you the latest stories in the world of sport. Remember to stay true to yourself this year in 2020. I'm Lance Tiande. Goodbye.